Okay, folks, welcome back to Allergic to Stupidity. It is May the 26th, and it is a completely one of those days. Just, you know what? Curl up and read a good book. So, His Majesty is in town, as in the Ottawa area. I thought it was last night because I thought the speech from the throne was today. It's actually the speech is tomorrow, and so he's in today. Do understand that it's the Prime Minister of whichever country, the UK or Canada or New Zealand, that actually writes the speech. Is just read on behalf of the throne. And again, keeping, this is our country, this is our House of Commons, but we acknowledge and respect and show our respect by having you as the head of the Commonwealth read it. It's antiquated, it's cute, it's adorable, and I have absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. If you start to overstep and start to tell us how to run the country, I might have a problem then, but anyways, so we got that straightened out. But today it's allergic to absolute stupidity. Like, really, people, please think. So the reason I can get on tonight is, why I said it's one of those days, I literally have 6 students on Mondays, and I literally start at 12 noon, and I go right through till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. 5 of those 6 cancels on me today. One of them I understood. I have in the middle of the day for health reasons, so she can't attend school, so I'm sitting there as the teacher, helping her make sure she passes her courses, and that's not a problem. But the rest of them, it was one thing or another. So I went, you know what, I can get on tonight and have a chit chat. So I have a list of stupid things. Okay, the first one is these things. They're just a little thingy you get, and you put your can of pop, you put your can of beer. This came from Steam Whistle, which is a beer, and it's a freebie. It's a freebie, and we go, oh, isn't that cute? But it's not really a freebie if you think about it, people, because you pay for it with your beer. Like, it's built into the price, but you think it's free. But my other hassle is most people, 99.9% of us, will never use it. My kid used it once going, oh, isn't this cute? Has never used it since, and he has a beer every night. And it's sitting there in my cupboard, taking up space, and it's not environmentally friendly, and it's going to take forever and ever to ever rot down. So why bother? Like, literally. I give it if it costs 5 cents, then give a 10-cent discount or something. Find a better way to deal with that. Which brings me to the next thing. Just watched one of those slides, like 10 slides, on why the person's given up recycling. And I thought, but the person in question has a point, but I do have a problem with them. The reason they gave up recycling is because they started to do the research, which, please, go do the research. And it's seen as an infinitesimal amount that's actually recycled and put into new product than she thought. So she said, why am I bothering? And it's things that, to me, it's common sense, but that just may be the way my brain's wired. She came to believe that everything you put in the blue box was recycled. Well, no, it's not. Next, it's downcycled, which means if you were to recycle this, it would not be made into another one of these. It would be recycled into fibers to make a lower grade quality plastic. And then it will continue that way until you eventually get that it cannot be recycled anymore, and then it goes to landfill or it goes to the incinerators. So she said that was her first wake-up call when she realized that her belief on how this was done was not reality. And I could have told you that. I've long known that 100% of what I put into the blue box does not get recycled. Okay? Paper has a higher rate of recycling, but again, it's downgraded. So you're recycling your white paper from furniture. It doesn't get recycled into more white paper. It gets recycled into cardboard, and then that's recycled into a lower grade, and etc. So that was that reality. And then she went into all the other statistics and the numbers, and she was completely flabbergasted. And then she woke up to the reality was that if we remember back to the 70s, it was reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, guys, reduce what you use. Well, it wasn't reduce what you throw out, it's reduce what you use. So how many pretty little shirts do I need? And yeah, I'm guilty, especially when it comes to jackets. I like my jackets. But just reduce it. Do you really need it? And think of, we're in an economic downturn and money is tight and cost of living is there. So why are you buying stuff you don't need? And then think about the environmental impact. That if you don't buy that thing, then you're saving the environment some more. So lots of people I know will buy a new car every 5 years. I don't know why 5 years. And somebody I used to work with, she leased hers, and she got a new one every 5 years. Well, there's one thing my ex-husband and I have in common. We drive ours till they go into the ground, and we cannot drive it anymore. The last, my van, it was part of the frame busted, literally broke. And I took it to the mechanic. I said, okay, what's it going to cost to fix it? He told me, and then I looked at him because I knew there was other issues. I said, what is it going to cost me to fix it to a point that it's safe and it would pass the safety? And he went, I think it was $20,000. No way. And I can get a secondhand one for $8,000. Okay. And that's literally how it's always been. We drive our cars into the ground. I will give, because everybody, as I'm sitting here with my Timmy's, everybody, if like mine's black, so they used to like to put a second cup. So Timmy's got smart. Instead of wasting a second cup, they got these sleeves and put them on them, so that you get that extra layer of insulation. Mine is, I take it off and say, don't give me the sleeve. And people go, but it's hot. That's fine. I can survive that. I'm going to drink it. So it's literally cut down what you're using, which really, when I got to the end of the article, because I was kind of on the article, and I got smart and read the whole article. Hers was literally, just cut down what you buy. Do you really need it? Buy what you're going to need, buy good quality, and then take care of it and make it last. That's what the pioneers did. That's what everybody did till the 50s or 60s, till things got cheap to manufacture. You know, women didn't have 15 dresses. They had a good dress and a house dress. Right? Same thing. My father had his work pants and my father had his dress pants. Sunday pants. So my grandfather was the same. So, there you go. That is step thing. Second part for tonight is, it's an environmental oriented comment, but I went to pick up milk and I buy 1%, and there was no 1% in the normal 1% slot in the fridge in the grocery store. But underneath it for 50% off was the organic 1%. And I said, okay, 50% off, I can handle that. It's 1%. That's fine. And so I picked it up, I brought it home, threw it in the fridge, and my grandson looked at me and said, Grandma, organic? Really? So I get the 50% off. So it's the only reason I got it. But it's come out of the cow. I understand when you say you want organic meat, because you don't want to be consuming meat that's had herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides in it. Okay? But this is milk. It has processed it. And my grandson and I went, okay, because the cows ingested stuff that has had insecticides, pesticides, and herbicides on it, it may have got into them. And we went, okay, that's fine. We can handle that. But the other one was, he said, yeah, that's almost as bad as organic honey. I'm not sure how any farmer, beekeeper can guarantee that those little bees only went to flowers that didn't have insecticide, pesticide, or herbicides on them, because really little bees fly wherever they want to get what they need. So those were our two humors. It's not the meat or the veggies. You know, the veggies have had it physically sprayed onto it, so you want to see organic because you don't want the chemicals on the vegetables that you're going to eat. So that one I get, but it was the organic milk, which has come right from the cow. Can't get it any more organic if you tried. The organic honey, like really people, It's bees. You can't tell the bees they can only go to certain plants. So there's no way you can guarantee it. But it's a sales pitch. It's what I call greenwashing or organic washing, because they can write it on there, they can say it, but it's not really, you have no way to prove it. The last one is a humorous. On my way up to Guelph, because I said I live in the GTA area, I take something called Highway 6. And this is a farmer who knows his marketing and knows his clientele, because they're idiots coming from the big city and driving up and down Highway 6 to get from the Hamilton area up towards Guelph and the Tobermory area. And he was selling bags of organic manure. Big signs, organic manure. And every time we drove by, everybody in the van, everybody in the vehicle would have a good laugh, because you can't get anything more organic than the shit coming out of a cow. So, this is why you have to think twice. Do a little critical thinking when you buy. Watch it when it says organic. See if it really is something that could be honestly organic. And here's another little flag for you. A lot of these places that, and I can vouch for this one because my son used to work at Ippolito, that will sell in pre-packaged, say, spinach, and one package says organic and the other package is just regular, and they charge you more for the organic. It's all organic. Why? Because it will cost them too much money to clean the lines between the non-organic, the stuff that has pesticides and herbicides on it, and the organic stuff that's going to go across the lines. Because to honestly say it's organic, it can't be anywhere near pesticides, right? So it is easier for them and cheaper in the long run for the company to simply buy nothing but organic spinach or lettuce or whatever and package a third of it as organic, because that's about what sells, and the rest of it is regular. But it's all organic because it's too expensive to clean the lines. Too time consuming. They'd have to close down the lines, clean the whole lines before they could put the organic on. So, simple solution. Only bring in organic, sell half, part of it is organic and the rest of it is regular, and everybody's happy. There you go, guys. Take care. Have a good day. See you next time.